Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Lock Horizon Season 2, Episode 19. And last episode, there was this swarm of dragony looking um, animals. I don't know. They're about to attack. So it's like, yeah, the kids were trying to. They said they were gonna fight inside the town, or they were gonna go outside of the town to fight there, so that it doesn't become a battleground. I'm like, okay, and then Shiro mentioned the fact that he wasn't able to be in contact with Nyanta via telepathy anymore, and that was concerning him. And even Minori mentioned how she wasn't able to contact, I don't know if it was Toya or somebody else there. So they're wondering if it's because of the moving cathedral that those knights have. And what else? Yeah, that was basically just seeing Nyanta basically at their location, because he was also seeing the swarm coming in. So I'm like, yeah, like I feel better about that. So yeah. So before we get into this episode, if you guys have my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/feelmini. And now let's start this episode. And here we go. Okay, guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comment in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review. Oh, so he was watching over them and as long as Nyanta's there, I'm okay. Generation Rising. Yeah, we are ready for the punch. There's no use with all your gimmicks, so check this out. Oh yeah, there was this say whoa, dead up best, just living in the dead up best, whoa. Rudy telling Miss Isuzu that he was meeting with other people of the land who were coming into the town because there were more opportunities for them. How they only had these 42 songs, and now with her singing new songs to them, it's like an awesome thing. I don't know, it was awesome. Loved it, and it made me sad too. So that's what they were trying to do. The Red Knight. Huh. Is this all part of Plant Warden's plan? The Red something Operation. Oh, it is Operation Red Knight. Okay. It's all part of the operation. Because they're here. Wyverns. Dragony looking animals. They keep looking at each other. This is the second time. Miss Isuzu. Miss Isuzu. Girl, I know you in your feelings and whatnot, but we don't have time for this. Oh, he's just trying to. Huh. Things about to. Será? Okay, Eminori. They're looking at the Odyssey nice. What the heck? What's going on? What, like they want the wyverns to kill them? Or they don't care about their lives since they have them. Okay. This is my third time. Impatient. What is she talking about? And then she mentioned genius. I think they mentioned that word in a previous episode as well. Oh, the train is coming. Wait a second. Lord, what is going on? I am confused. Murphy. Exactly. You gonna answer? Zublimia. Oh. So, she gonna fight them? So he was in a car accident. Not at the expense of everybody else here. Oh, she the one that created the game? Okay. She one of the creators of the game? Because it's not just one person that creates the game, alright? Oh, that was such an amazing moment. That doesn't answer my question. Huh? Mimi, why is your brain not working? Is my brain not working, or is this episode just near that? Bruh. I'm like, this Londa person, I know him from someplace. It wasn't until he's like, so we finally meet here that I'm like, it clicked on my, it clicked. He was with, what's his name? Demikas. The first time, when Shiroe and Yanta, when they faced Demikas, he was the caster or whatever that was next to him, if I remember correctly. So he's working with Plant Warden or whatever. I am so confused with this episode. Like, usually when I'm super confused, I'm like, Mimi, just stop talking and concentrate on what you're watching and what you're reading so that you can understand what it is that you're confused about. So, you know what? I'm gonna go back to those particular sections that I didn't get. Maybe I'll get a better understanding. Maybe I won't, but at least let me try. So, people, I tried, man. Like, I really tried. Well, okay. I was at the end, toward the end there, and I was like basically reading what Roy was saying. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? Like, she said something, you know. Oh, shit. Turn on my lights. Yeah, so she said something along something, and then I'm like, huh? I didn't get it. And then she turned around and asked, if she got, like, you don't understand. She's like, no. And then she went to this limited protocol even limits the upper bounds of your thinking organs. And then what else? We will live in this unfair loneliness like it's the Stone Age. That's unbelievable. But the empathions are shared. Okay? This is your style, right? I'm like, what the heck is she talking about? What is she talking about? I feel like she talks like a non-human or something. That's why, as I basically sort of like went back and tried to look through those moments that I did not understand, it felt like she might be like, there was a moment in the episode where Isuzu was like, after she grabbed, or did she grab his hand, or he started running to all the wyverns inside the city, and she had her instrument in her hand, and she was gonna sing a song that's gonna make the god that created this game, cry and beg for forgiveness or something or other. I don't know. And then just after that scene, they went to Roito and Minori. So I'm like, okay, is she the a god, the god that created the game? And the way she's speaking, and it's like at one point she's like, why did you create this society, or something or other? And I'm like, okay. She speaks as someone that knows more about things than you do. And when Minori asked her like where she was from, where she was going, who she was, and all that, and then instead of answering the question like that, she's like, well, we're in this battlefield and this is what you want to know, or something or other. And then Minori went through this whole thinking process, and she's like, talking about what Isuzu's wish was, and it was a song. And then she started thinking about my wish, and then she started remembering, when Shiroi was able to basically make a people of the land an adventurer by basically transforming Rudy into one or whatever. And then she's like, my wish is to open a new path for people or something or other like that. And then basically she, at that particular moment, she didn't particularly care about who Roitu was, where she came from, where she was going or whatever. She's just like, I just want to be your friend. I'm like, girl, that might be good for you, but that is not good for me, because I want answers. Like, I want answers. And then there was the one point where when Roitu came, like when the Odyssey started going to all the wyverns and started attacking them, and then you see the others looking at them like they don't have any plans, they're just going out there to die. And Roitu started talking about like how they were quite willing to donate in Pantheons, and that the gathering efficiency will go up a lot. It's probably a big help to Genius. And I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? When she said that they're quite willing to donate in Pantheons, so I'm like, okay, is she referring to when people die in the game and then they wake up in the cathedral, they lose a little piece of their memories, right? I feel like as in Pantheons, there's empathy in that word, okay? So I'm like, is that just a way for them to basically quantify or give names to, I don't know, like particles of empathy or something or other? So if you keep regenerating using that device, then you're losing those empathy particles or whatever, and that's why these people get called like darker and darker and darker or whatever. I don't know. That's where my mind went to when it comes to the empathions part of it. And then she's like, the gathering efficiency will go up. What gathering efficiency? And then it will be a big help to Genius. Who's Genius? The only Genius thing that I remember was in a previous episode where there was it was during the third episode, well, when they were focused on what's her name, that basically was the leader of the Tea Party. Sure. Yeah, Kanami. It was during the Kanami episode, and she had there was these two villains that were attacking on this red dragon, and I believe this one of them, one of the knights or whatever that was accompanying Kanami, was like referring to one of those villain as Genius, if I remember correctly. And that's basically it. So I think there was a comment explaining that to me at some point. Like, I read a comment like that. I haven't responded to my comments in such a long time. I'm gonna go and do that when I have time. I like to reply to all the comments that I get. Yeah, I think someone explained it to me. I should have his name in mind already, because he usually replies, like leave comments on my Log Horizons episode. Garrett Quimby. Yeah, there's the comment on the two on the dragon, Purpose and Last Fear, are called geniuses. There are more on them later, but what's important now is that they use the words of death to shut down almost all of the ancients' progenitors. This is why the Sumo Knights were united during the Goblin King event. They're all comatose from the false knowledge of their origin. Okay. See, so they are called geniuses. So I'm guessing that's what she's referring to in this episode. Like, a lot of this is probably a big help to Genius. Garrett said there was going to be more on this later, so yeah, I really need to understand what the heck this. Like, a lot of the things that Rorty was talking about, I did not get at all. Like, she was just talking gibberish to me. I didn't get it at all. So, that was that part of the episode. And then there was a moment as well that was also confusing to me, which was when, what's her name? Is Mizufa, when she was talking about sending the servants, and then they will go to this contraption, this person lying on a gurney with this thing over there, and they're like, okay, these servants have the minds of the people of the land, and that they'll be collecting experience XP, right? And that even if those servants die, it's not gonna affect the person that summoned it, and that it was a form of them power leveling, like when it comes to adventurers and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, she's sitting in her seats over there, and then she's like, summon the servants, and then they go to this person on the ground, lying down. I'm thinking that this person is the people of the land, because I believe Mizufa is also a people of the land. So she's lying there, and I'm guessing they using that person to create those servants or whatever. So if those servants die, is the experience point, is it going to Mizufa, or is it going to the person lying on the thing? I don't get it. And then when they summon the servants, like Londark, excuse me, I think it was Londark that told them that those knights, what were they called again? That they were attacking the wyverns or whatnot, and she's like, they don't need to do that. And then she summoned the servants, and then the servants were attacking their portable cathedral. So it's like they clearly don't want those knights to destroy the wyverns, right? Or why would they want? I'm guessing it's all part of their plan. The title of the episode is The Red Knight, and the operation is like the Red Knight, Operation Red Knight. So the wyverns is probably part of the plans, and the knights attacking the wyverns is not in their plan, so they don't want that to happen. So that's why she sent the servants to, when they destroy the cathedral or whatever, the knights are not gonna be able to, revive there, right? I'm guessing that's why she's attacking those the cathedral or whatever. So there's that. Yeah, so I didn't quite understand how their machine thing works. The servants and the people of the land lying on the gurney or whatever. I don't know. I didn't quite understand that part of it. And then at least they explained why the knights weren't they were so happy to die. Because I'm like, why are you all so crazed about dying? Because one of them revived, and he's like, this is my third time, and they were so, I don't know. So they started talking about how, when they die, they see a glimpse of the real world, where they came from, and they want to go home, and they feel like by them dying again and again, it's like it's gonna lead them back home or something or other like that. And that is sad in a way, because they just want to go home. That's why they're doing this. But as they're dying, they keep losing their empathy, and they don't care about this world. And now they're talking about luring the wyverns inside the town, and putting those people in danger, which infuriated Toya. And then she started attacking him, trying to get him to reason. But this guy is like, he's beyond reasoning. And seeing how much Toya was affected by this, and when I think I mentioned something about, is it really that big of a deal if you don't die, or I don't know, something about dying something about dying. And then they went back to the flashback of what happened, because they showed previously, at first they showed the first glimpse of their flashback was showing Toya in a wheelchair. I remember that perfectly. And then they showed Toya loving soccer. And then in this episode, they actually show what happened. So he was in a car accident, and then he lost his legs, so he couldn't play anymore. And even with that, they said that he was always smiling and, all that. So when Toya asked this person if they've ever been through something, if they've that they've been through something that it was almost like dying or something like that. Like the way he loves soccer, and then he went through this accident, but he didn't die in the accident, but he lost this big thing that was part of his life, which, having lost that, he was almost like dying to him. I think basically that was the question that he was asking this person. About this, he didn't particularly care about that. And yeah, Toya, I feel, is not strong enough to take on this person. So at first I'm like, is this guy gonna be trying real hard to kill Toya, and then Nyanta was gonna show up and help him or something like that? But no, Nyanta showed up, started attacking those servants or whatever, and then Londa saw him, and so there's gonna be a fight between those two. What else? I feel like there was a lot of stuff going on in this episode, like little bitty pieces. I'm just extremely confused about Roy too, and then what's exactly Red Knight, like what's the operation about? How does that machine work, and why did what's his name, Kazuhiko, when they were talking about injecting SP parts or something or other, and he's like, don't do that. Why? I'm confused. So Garrett, please explain, because I know you get what's going on. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting my Patreon at patreon.com/FelloMini, where you can find my reaction to episode 20 already uploaded there, and the full line for this reaction there as well, and all my other reactions. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. I feel like this has been one of the longest conversation I've had about Log Horizon since I started. Oh my goodness.